Try not to stick your arms too far outside the duck. We get closer. Cars and buildings, no standing while we're driving, and it's a smoke-free duck, unless you get a prescription. As we drive to the city, sometimes people quack at us. We find it best if we all quack back together on our cue. When we say abracadabra, you folks will say quack quack. It's a bit silly. You'll never see these people again. Don't worry about it. Right? Let's give it a shot. Abracadabra. Excellent. It's a job. It's supposed to get hot today, people. Then we're going to get 6 inches of snow, and then we're going to get a hurricane and a tornado. It's going to get very earthquakey later, and then it's going to get muggy. Right. Theme of our tour today will consist. You guys are staring at me like, wow, that's a lot. It's the theme of our tour today will consist of 3 F's: freedom, first, and fun. As you may know, Boston is the birthplace of this country's freedom. The American Revolutionary War started here. Independence Day is coming up, 4th of July. In 300 and something days, we're gonna have fireworks. It's gonna be great. Countdown's on. And a lot of first things happen in Boston. We are considered to be the city of first. Who likes chocolate? I love chocolate. The first chocolate factory in America started in Boston. Baker's Chocolate, Laurel Mills, Dorchester. Nabisco owns them today. And in the back bay, we have the first YMCA in America. And we think the YMCA was founded by a construction worker, policeman, Native American guy, and a guy in leather. Hey, we apologize in advance for the bumps on the tour. The bumps on our fault. The bumps on the duck's fault. It's the asphalt. Originally, Boston was named Shawmut Peninsula. We acquired the name from our Native American tribes, the Algonquins. 5,000 years the Algonquin tribes were here, but they were joined in 1630 by John Winthrop and a group of Puritans from England. The Puritans renamed Shawmut Peninsula Boston after Boston, England. That's how we got our name. Does anyone know why the Puritans came from England? What were they seeking? Religious freedom. Good job. Good job. Sticker. Nice job, dude. Here you go. The gluten-free little kale and some peanuts. Be careful. Hey, on your left-hand side, here's a Dunkin' Donuts. It's a mom and pop's type place. You're looking to expand. Here we're going to be passing up Brooks Brothers coming up on your left, the oldest clothing company in America. The first Brooks Brothers opened in 1818, Manhattan, New York. New York, nice shirts and suits. Abraham Lincoln assassinated in a theater at the time wearing a black Brooks Brothers suit. And I think the night before, his wife said, "Would it kill you to take me to the theater once in a while?" Too soon. We used to be a tiny peninsula, 1.5 square miles, and today we're much larger because of landfill. A good rule of thumb, if you're in Boston, if the street you're driving on is straight and flat like when we left, it's landfill. Hilly like right now, it's part of the original 1.5 square mile peninsula, okay? The largest landfill, East Boston Logan Airport. Eastie. The second largest landfill, South Boston, Southie. And the third largest landfill, Back Bay. We're heading there now. We're going to go over the peninsula to get to the Back Bay. If you have a camera, it's a good photo op straight ahead. Most important building, in my opinion, in Boston, our old State House right there. Brick building built in 1713. Anyone ever take that tour? The balcony in front is where our copy of the Declaration of Independence was read for the very first time. Right here off the balcony, you get a picture of our old State House. That was on July 18th, 1775. After they read it, the rebels said, "Hey, we're free." They went up on the rooftop and took down the original lion and the unicorn, symbols of the British rule. And there's replicas up there today, because the original lion and unicorn, they took them down and torched them with a big bonfire in celebration. They had hot dogs, s'mores, Sam Adams, Neil Diamond, Elton John. Every 4th of July at 10 in the morning, we do an entire reading of the Declaration. We still do it every year off the building right here. Beautiful. What a great building. Built in 1713. England's a lion. Scotland is a unicorn. They unified to create Great Britain. That's a great British rule today, the lion and the unicorn. You know, Jorge and I have been doing this job for 18 years. 500 times a year we drive in the same circle. 2 years ago, I noticed a brick pattern. There's a row of solid bricks followed by a row of half bricks. I said, maybe there's a name. Jorge said, I think it's called random. We looked it up, English Bond. How many people think it's interesting and I should keep it on the tour? How many people think it wasn't so interesting and I should drop it? How many people think I really don't care what I say on this tour? Me neither. It's too hot, people. You guys keep it. You guys should drink water. Yeah, it's going to get hot today. Hey, we're entering our old entertainment district. Years ago, we called it Scully Square. 1950s, we leveled the burlesque parlors, penny arcades, tattoo parlors, and theaters. We rebuilt federal, state, city, and county buildings. Now we call it Government Center. With the politics in Boston, though, some say it's still our entertainment district. Oh, no, you didn't. Back in the 50s, a lot of people didn't know how to read. If you had a tea company, you'd put a pictograph on the outside of your tea shop. You guys want to see a vintage? That's a Honda, I think. It's an Infiniti. Wow. Right there, there's a pictograph on the 50s at Tea Kettle. Look back, see City Hall back there? Got nominated the #1 ugliest building in the United States, people, we did it. There's a Dunkin' Donuts too down there, didn't notice that. Or you can go to this one right here. On your left-hand side, here comes the oldest burial ground in Boston, the King's Chapel Burial Ground. John Winthrop, the first governor of the Mass Bay Colonies, in here. Here comes the King's Chapel Church. One of Paul Revere's bells he had cast is in this church still today. And we're going to pass the Omni Parker House coming up on your left, the oldest continuously run hotel in America. They created our state dessert. Does anyone know what Massachusetts state dessert is? Boston cream pie is right here in the window. Get a piece here. They invented it. Nice job. You're nailing it today. Good job, Sticker. And on your right, here comes a granary. Third oldest. Check out Sam Adams right there at the green black. Right in the middle is a pyramid zone. It says Franklin. That's Ben Franklin's parents. Way up top, there's a group of people. Little white stone square. Paul Revere. You see the tall, skinny stone near the fire escape with the face on it right there? That's John Hancock right there. The Granary Burial Grounds say the All-Star Burial Grounds. Look up Park Street. See our State House? We'll talk about it later. On your left, downtown crossing, our shopping district right there. Buried in the Granary Burial Ground back there, third oldest, the 5 victims of the Boston Massacre, 3 signers of our Declaration of Independence: John Hancock, Sam Adams, Robert Tree Payne, Ben Franklin's parents, Paul Revere, Elizabeth Vargoose, Mother Goose. She liked children's books. You see our State House back there on Beacon Hills? How beautiful. You're looking at 13 pounds of 23 karat gold leaf hammered on the dome. There's a ginormous pine cone on the very tippity top. Take a picture. The pine cone is a symbol of the pine tree. Massachusetts years ago was connected with Maine. One big colony. Maine's export was a pine tree. They made masks out of them. Put a pine cone up there. This is Boston Common, the oldest public park in America. Here comes the Visitors Information Center. The Freedom Trail starts right here. There's a Dunkin' Donuts coming up on your left. The Freedom Trail is a red line on the sidewalk. It goes by 18 historical landmarks, and it's 2.5 miles. Don't do it. That's way too much exercise in at one time. It's not good for you. Do half of the Freedom Trail. Here's a squirrel. Coming up on your left, we'll be passing by AMC Theaters. I came opening night to Star Wars. I couldn't get a ticket. They sold out. It's embarrassing watching Spotlight in a Chewbacca outfit. At the end of the block on your left-hand side, we're going to pass the oldest Freemason Lodge in the Western Hemisphere, or the second oldest. Canada has one pretty old too. It's 1733. Paul Revere was the Grand Master to the Masonic Lodge coming up on your left. Do you guys like little tile work called mosaics? There's a mosaic club. Jorge and I are going to join it. You got to try to get a picture of the phenomenal mosaic at the Masonic Lodge at the end of the block coming up on your left. Thousands of mini tiles make it up. It's beautiful with a couple beavers in it, symbol of engineering. Guess what MIT's mascot is? The beaver. I think that's Canada's national rodent too. Here it comes. Get a picture of the mosaic at the Masonic Lodge. Paul Revere cast bells, silversmith, paid messenger, dentist, made teeth. He was Grand Master of this Masonic Lodge. Married twice, 8 children each wife, 16 kids Paul Revere had. He had a lot going on. I can't even clean out the basement. If you took a left right here, you could enter Chinatown. And typically we don't drive the ducks through Chinatown because of the whole Peking duck thing. They chase us, we get nervous. China, give them some. Get the Boston lobster. Used to be the red light district, combat zone. How many people heard of the combat zone? Straight ahead is a theater district right there. See the theater district. There's a Wayne Theater. We're going to be taking a right here on Boylston Street. Dr. Zebediah Boylston started the first inoculation of smallpox in Boston in the early 1700s. Anyone ever catch smallpox? Huh. Anyone named Zebediah? We usually have one Zebediah every 2 of us. We're heading towards the back Bay. Massachusetts is the Bay State. We have a lot of bays, but the bay we're about to enter has been filled in with gravel. Check out the cardboard boxes on your left. Coming up on your right-hand side, here comes the fourth oldest burial ground in Boston, the Central Burial Ground. A famous portrait painter's in here, Gilbert Stewart, painted George Washington on the $1 bill. And coming up on your left, you guys like burritos? Here comes the local burrito place called Bo Loco, Boston Local Burritos. And after the burrito place, look to your left down the sidewalk, see a guy with a green jacket on with a bird next to him down there. There's Edgar Allan Poe right there. He was born in this neighborhood. He loved burritos. What kind of bird is Edgar Allan Poe standing next to? The raven. You guys. Nice. Hey, we're in the Back Bay. Does anyone know the name of our official Massachusetts State children's book? Robert McCloskey's Make Way for the Ducklings. It's Mrs. Mallard and her 8 little ducklings. The names are alphabetical, starting in J, all ending in Ack. Jack, Cack, Lack, Mac, Knack, Owack, Pack, and Quack. Very popular. We have 150 copies in the Boston Public Library. There's a squirrel. Does anyone own Make Way for Ducklings? It's a wonderful children's book. If you have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, you want to bring a souvenir home with you, that's your solution. Make Way for Ducklings. The statues of the ducklings are coming up on your left. Kids are typically sitting on them taking pictures right there. There they are. There they are. There are the ducklings. There's 2 swans in our lagoon back there, Romeo and Juliet. We're going to pass by the Bull and Finch Pub, also known as Cheers, the most famous bar in the world. Tom Kershaw, Harvard business grad, Eagle Scout, opened the pub in 1969. All the exterior filming during Cheers was done on location. There's actually a turn-of-the-century mansion built by the Thayer family coming up on your right. Here it comes. Here comes Cheers, people. Inspiration for the TV show. There it is. Cheers! 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 Check out the transom on the black door. 88 looks like Batman. Look down Beaver Street, rooftop canopy frame windows. Cha-ching. Beautiful neighborhood. We're taking left on Arlington Street. You want to see a fuzzy little smoke tree that just bloomed? It's right here on your left. There's a smoke tree right there. Pretty cool. And on your right, Marlborough Street. This is a nice street. Brick sidewalks, gas lanterns. You see this ginormous birchy looking tree right there on your left? That's a European beech tree right there. I love that tree. This is our public garden. It's great. I see a swan way in the lagoon back there. It could be Romeo or Juliet. They're way in the distance. We've been hosting for 25 years, Romeo and Juliet. You guys ever see the movie Good Will Hunting? Robin Williams with Matt Damon, that scene in the public garden on the park bench. It's one of these over here on your left somewhere. Everyone's autographing it as a memorial to Robin Williams, so try to find it. All right, who was the first president of the United States of America? George, nice job, dude. What's your name? Dylan? Everyone say, good job, Dylan. Give you guys a couple stickers right there, guys. All right, they're gluten-free. Kale in there, little peanuts. Be careful, okay? Give one to that kid behind you. Here comes George Washington coming up on your left. He's sitting on a horse. Get a picture of General George Washington. And then if you look down the Commonwealth Mall on your right, you'll see Alexander Hamilton. He was a colonial patriot, started the federal banking system. $10 bill, Hamilton. Here comes George on your left. Get a picture. He's sitting on a horse. He's the man right there on your left. And Hamilton's on your right. $1 bill, $10 bill. Hamilton started the United States Coast Guard, and there's a play. There's a cat coming up here. You got it. Okay, you got it, Jorge, up. And there's a play named after Hamilton. I never remember the name. All right, this car's coming in on us. All right, after this car, maybe we'll go right. Oh, yep. Thank you. That was nice. Good job, Jorge. See that big tree with all the branches sticking out back there? That's the American elm tree. That's Massachusetts' official state tree right back there. We're going to head up Newbury Street. This is the world on a street, all your top-end stores. We sort of say the Rodeo Drive of Boston. You're going to start with your high-end stores. As you go down Newbury, it progressively gets like lower end. Like here comes Giorgio Armani on our left. We're going to end it like Salvation Armani. I get my hair cut once a year on this street, and the barber says, what can I do for you? I said, can you take a little off the floor? Coming up on your right, you're going to see Church of the Covenant right here. They have the largest collection of Tiffany glass window panes religiously themed known, like 30-something of them. If you go inside there, they have Tiffany chandeliers and Tiffany glass light fixtures here. Louis Tiffany and Company custom made these. Cha-ching. You know who made the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots football championship trophy, Lombardi trophy? Tiffany. Ooh, this is my favorite store. Sunglass Hut. Lewis Tiffany and Company makes the Lombardi trophy too. Then we're going to take a left here on Newbury Street, off of Newbury onto Clareton. Look at this building on your right with the slate roof, lightning rods right up there. Yep. Beautiful. We're taking a left on Clareton. The New England building is on your left-hand side. The New England building is ginormous, and when they dug the foundations of this building, we found Native American fishing weirs carbon dated 5,000 years old. Our Native Americans, the Algonquins, low tide would set a wall of sticks and twigs up. The tide would flood them and catch the fishing weirs. We found them under that building. On your right, here's Trinity Episcopal Church, one of the top 10 architectural buildings in America. Built in 1877, Henry Hobson Richardson was the architect. Nobody built a building like this. It usually is #1 in America when the list comes out. And 100 years after, I.M. Pei was asked to build a skyscraper next door. He said, what? I can't match the beauty of that bad boy. So he built with over 10,000 reflecting panes of glass. It reflects Trinity Church, the beauty. We're going to take a right on St. James, and on the left port side of the duck, you're going to see a wonderful photo op of Trinity Church reflecting in the window panes, the entire duck with yourselves. So get your cameras turned on. It'll be on your left-hand side when you take the right. Get a picture of yourself. When you take the picture of yourself reflecting in the window panes, kind of put the camera on top of your head. Don't block your face with the camera. Okay. It'll be 100 years difference. 1877. 1977. I.M. Pei recently passed at age 102, I think 102, but he designed this beautiful. John Hancock Tower is the tallest building in New England, 63 stories tall. Add 100 stories to that, 63, and you get the tallest in the world in Dubai. It's like 160. These new buildings are phenomenal. Okay, so coming up on your left, get your cameras out, get a picture of yourself on your left-hand side. Just have your cameras turned on at this point, people. Ready? Here it goes. On your left. Take a picture right now. Take it now. Take it. Take it. Yep. Take it. Yep. No. Yep. Yes. No. On your right over there is a tortoise and a hare, symbols of the Boston Marathon. Slow and steady wins the race. On your left, the Fairmont Copley Plaza Hotel. Anyone here own a dog? If you own a dog, you can stay in the Fairmont with your dog. They're dog friendly. They have their own dog, Carly Copley Black Lab. Now what about this Sweet Life of Zach and Cody? Tipton Hotel entrance was filmed on your left down the street there in the Fairmont. That's the entrance to the Tipton Hotel. And on your right, a good photo op of Trinity Church, people, right here. On your left, there's a Boston Public Library. The right above the front door, there's a woman up there at the transom. She's the Greek goddess Athena, goddess of wisdom, and above her it says free to all. This is the first public lending library system in America. You can enter this library for free. They have paintings on the wall by John Singer Sargent up there. There's a courtyard in the middle, coffee, tea. This is a museum right here. You got to do that for free. That's one of 10 free things I'll talk about today you could do in the city of Boston. And a lot of them are air conditioned like this. Anyone ever visit the library? Right here? It's a must-do, in my opinion. Phenomenal. Yeah, you kids go in here, you get square things off shelves. You open them, they got words and letters. It's called reading. And then you don't have to narrate a duck. Go to the left halfway up. You finish on the Boston Marathon. They got the new memorial just set up near that box truck. You see it? Yeah, right there's a finish on the marathon, oldest in America, 123 years old. On your right, John Singleton Copley, famous portrait painter. Copley Square is the heart of the Back Bay right here. Has anyone ever taken a tour of Trinity Church? If you want to take a self-guided or a guided tour of this phenomenal #1 architectural building in America, tell them you took a duck tour and you saved $2 on admission. Instead of 10, it's $8 for adults. Unbelievable. Have you guys ever seen Boston Legal? TV show? All the outside filming done on your right there. Cut through the lobby, the New England building right there for free to Newbury Street. And they have 6 miniature models called dioramas of our Native American tribes setting up the fishing weirs in the Back Bay, and then the bay being filled in with gravel. How many people enjoy miniature models of things called dioramas? If there's a diorama club, Jorge and I are going to join them. They're phenomenal. Check out the dioramas of the New England building. Free. and educational. That's number 2 of 10 free things we'll talk about. That's air conditioned too. Yeah. And the New England building actually years ago was the original site of MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. But where did MIT eventually move to? The People's Republic of Cambridge, Massachusetts, on the other side of the river. Now, we highly recommend visiting Harvard Square, Cambridge. You could spend a whole day there. If you go to Cambridge, Joe, you got to be careful. It could get dangerous. You could be approached by a gang of bicyclists drinking kale smoothies. Yesterday, Jorge and I saw a Segway gang. We didn't make eye contact. Here come my favorite flowers coming up on your left-hand side. Black Eyed Susies. Look at the little yellow flowers. Aren't they beautiful? You guys like flowers? Me too. Jorge and I are horticulturists. We love flowers. And check out more Tiffany glass window panes on here. There's 16 Tiffany glass window panes in the Arlington Street Church. Back in the day, you'd open a congregation, you'd raise a little money, and call Lewis Tiffany and Company. He would come down and custom make a window pane. There's 16 of them in here. If you want to check them out, between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., $5 donation. You check out the Lewis Tiffany and Company window panes. Cha-ching. And if you're going to build a building in New England, don't building out of sandstone. Like, this is not good. They keep patching it. Yeah. New England weather, not good. Build it out of granite. Yeah, this is so. Give them $5. Help them keep up this church. On your left. Here it comes, our beautiful public garden, 1837. This is the oldest public botanical garden in America. Does anyone have a garden at home? Does it look like this one? Unbelievable. Beautiful. Walk through here. Check out the swan boats in the lagoon out there. It's a Boston tradition. You got to take a swan boat ride. Started by the Paget family in 1877. A couple of boats are over 100 years old. They pedal you around. $4 last I checked. Cheap dates. Has anyone ever taken a swan boat ride? You should do that. It's a tradition. I've done it. Everybody does it. And then each tree has a square plaque. It tells you what kind of tree it is. We have Hawaii state tree in here, the palm tree. We just planted some. And we got Californian state tree. Does anyone know what California's official state tree is? Sequoia redwood, yeah. And has anyone ever seen a sequoia in real life? They're thousands of years old, like ginormous. You could drive a vehicle through them. And if you ever gone to the Museum of Science, has anyone been in the Museum of Science? In the first floor, they have a huge slab this thick of a redwood against the wall. They have a light in the middle of the redwood. You push a button, it says 2,000 years old. And then the rings tell you how old it is. So this garden was planted in 1837. I'm going to point out a baby sequoia. It's not even 200 years old. It's beautiful, and I hugged it. Good job, Dad. And we're here on Charles Street. Years ago, this was the shoreline of the Charles River. This is where we started filling in the back bay. We filled it all the way to Fenway Park with 450 acres of gravel. It came in from 20 miles outside of Boston called Needham, Massachusetts by steam train. It took 40 years to fill that bay in. Early 1900s we completed it. All right, it's going to be on our left port side. 3 trees in. There's a huge circle of bark mulch around it. It looks red. It's in line with the trash can coming up when you look. See the trash can back there? See the sequoia, baby sequoia redwood right back there. Beautiful, isn't it? We're going to head up Beacon Hills, a nice neighborhood. Let's focus on the front doors. This is how they show their homes off. It's a thumbprint of their houses. I like front doors, and I cannot lie. The glass on top of the doors are transoms, and the glass on the sides are side lights. Are all custom made. Check out the chocolate brown doors coming up on your left. Works beautiful with the off-white. I'm loving the red door with the brass kick plate coming up. Look at the transom on CC1. There's Lady Liberty on the railing. There's a maroon door coming up with a guy's face with a mustache right there in the transom. I like the knocker on 56. Check out the side lights on 54. Has a square door knob, people. Who has a square door knob? 54. There's a copper gutter. The gutter is made of copper. That's weird. Some metal studs in there. I keep the brick wall. I wouldn't cover that brick wall. Oh, on your left, there's Spruce Street. Beautiful. Like this black window. And there's a cobblestone type driveway coming up with a carriage house in the back. What? For your 1 horsepower vehicle. The granite building on your left is a Somerset Club, the oldest private club in Boston. They got lions on their front doors. Now this brick building on your left is ginormous. 2 buildings connected, 5 stories tall, 14,000 square feet, on sale 2 years ago for 17 point something million. You know what it sold for? 15 point something million. Steel. On your right down there is a frog pond. We fill with water, kids splash in and out to cool off. Then we rush them directly over to the Mass General Hospital. You gotta walk through Beacon Hill. It's a wonderful neighborhood. Brick sidewalks, gas lanterns. If you have a smartphone, look up an image of Acorn Street. It's the most photographed street in Massachusetts. Tiny street with cobblestones. You guys ever heard of a boot scraper? They're highly collectible. Coming up on your left, the third step up, you're gonna see a set of black wrought iron boot scrapers right here. And next to the flower pots, more boot scrapers. All right, on your left, get a picture coming up after the trees of my favorite building in Boston, our State House, with 13 pounds of 23 karat gold leaf on the dome. Here it comes with a ginormous pine cone. John F. Kennedy's on the stairs she left, 35th president born in Brookline, Mass. Here it is. Get a picture. Yes, 13 pounds of 23 karat gold leaf. This is our new State House. The cornerstone was laid in 1795. New State House, 1795. Old State House, 1713. You can enter our State House during the weekdays right here through these doors and take a free guided tour of our State House. That's a no-brainer. That's a free thing to do, and it's air conditioned. Here comes a Dunkin' Donuts on your right. As Mary Dyer, on your left, Quaker, fought for her own religious freedom. Girl power, chose not to follow the Puritans' beliefs. You know what was on this hill years ago for ships in the harbor? A ginormous beacon. So we named it Beacon Hill. Yeah. Coming up on our left-hand side is a backhoe. I see there's a front-end loader coming up on your right. Check out the front-end loader. Backhoe, excavator, dump truck. Here comes a dump truck. You're coming up on your left-hand side. Try to get a picture of the Fallen Firefighters Memorial in memory of Massachusetts firefighters who lost their lives during the line of duty. I've never seen anything like this. Unbelievable memorial. Each name is carved on the base right here. How beautiful is this memorial? Quack, quack. And on top of the American Revolutionary War Memorial, on your left, there's our national bird up there, the bald eagle. And we have a law enforcement memorial as a police badge over the left-hand side. I look down Journey Street, giving you an idea of the beauty of Beacon Hill here. Isn't it nice? You gotta walk through this neighborhood really to appreciate it. It's beautiful. We're gonna head down the North Slope. Coming up on your left, you'll see a dark granite church, St. John's Evangelist, right here. Opened in the 1800s. The first minister was Lyman Beecher, the preacher. You might not have heard of him, maybe his daughter, Harriet Beecher Stowe. Abolitionist, 1851, wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin, sold 1.5 million copies. Eventually, she met President Abraham Lincoln, and President Lincoln said, "So Harriet, you're the little girl who wrote the book that started the Great Civil War." Harriet Beecher Stowe was born in Connecticut, buried in Andover, Mass. Dunkin' Donuts, I was not here yesterday, people. What? They're really starting to expand. Everyone wave to your right. This person let us out. That's the first of Boston. They're probably texting. You know a question Jorge and I get a lot? Hey, how many Dunkin' Donuts in Boston? They're everywhere. We get that question so much. We actually called the corporate headquarters. They researched it for a month. They got back to us and told us, and we forgot. It was a lot. You know where the first Dunkin' Donuts in the United States of America opened in 1950? Quincy, Massachusetts, still there. We're in the West End. On your left is the Old West Church. Years ago, we hid a lot of the fugitive slaves from the South in the Underground Railroad system right there. Who was Leonard Nimoy? Mr. Spock on Star Trek, born here in the West End, live long and prosper. On your right, the Charles Hurley building. This 70s architect style is called brutalism. Paul Rudolph, German architect, hit a face of a frog every building he designed. See the stairs? See the windows above it? The big bulging eyes sticking out of the windows, round nose, metal teeth. Looks like Bart Simpson. If you can't see it, let it go, people. This is Dunkin' Donuts. Under the frog were the state police headquarters in the movie The Departed. Going right there with Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon. How many people saw The Departed? Oh, great movie. I'm going to give you a line in the movie. Are you a cop? I'm not a cop. Are you a cop? The Departed. You want to hear my impersonation of Christopher Walken?